Be Well Fitness, Feel Good workouts. Today our focus is on hips. So we will start in this zigzag position. So it doesn't have to be 90-90. All right. And then just sitting like this, that should be quite challenging because we don't sit like this. So if you feel like you're leaning to the side, like here on my left, you're going to use a blanket or something to prop your left hip up so that the weight will shift on the right and bring the load to the right hip. Yep, and then from here, I'm just going to inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And I have a video with a sequence in this position on my YouTube channel, Be Well Fitness. So you can also play that video. From here, we're going to bring the arms in front or up for a little bit more challenge. So if you have that shoulder mobility, that should be fine. If not, you can always have them more in front. And then from here, I'm just going to do your rolling in and out, kind of like windshield wipering. And then shifting to the other side. So I'm just going to adjust myself right here, right. And then again, if you need to prop your right hip up, you can. So it's going to load your left hip quite a bit. And then from here again, we're going to inhale and exhale. So can you keep the hips in the position as you're reaching your arms up? So it also requires quite a bit of core stability. So keep your arms up as you slowly rock in and out, or windshield wipering. And coming back to this position. All right, so from here, we're going to be coming up and exploring a dance sequence for this video. So you're going to have your feet wide. Feet will be turned out just slightly. And how wide do you need to go? It's really going to depend on you. So you may have to continue adjusting as we go through the progressive flow of these exercises. So but feet are going to be slightly turned out. As you turn them out, you want to maintain your tripod foot. I do talk a lot about the tripod foot and the importance of it. So, but for now, you're going to try to press with the mount of the big toe, mount of the little toe, and the middle of the heel. So you can feel the arches elevated. All right? And we're just going to have our hands here at the heart. You can interlace them or keep them in the prayer position. So as you establish your tripod foot, you would like to suction the feet into the floor so that foundation does not change. So just think of it as a house. You know, the foundation is important. So we're going to go down as we press the legs out. So if they're going back, not in. So as they're going in, you're going to be losing that tripod foot. As they're going out, you're still elevating your feet through the arches and maintaining that tripod foot. So you should feel quite a bit of activation through your hips. Now push the floor away actively and come up. Do it one more time. So connect with that motion. And push the floor away and come up. And I'm going to include the arms into it. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And every time you're exhaling and going down, you're pressing the legs out actively. So feeling a sensation of kind of zipping up from the back of the knee to the back of the hip. From that back outer knee to the outer glute. And inhale, exhale, and hold. Breathe. Go down and hold. That was a surprise, I know. Again, notice what your feet are doing. Are you losing that stability? And then push the floor away and exhale it all. Excellent. So from here, we're going to be inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And then we're going to come up. So we'll avoiding kind of the internal rotation of the left hip. Sometimes it can be challenging for people. So let's try that. So I'm gonna press with the left foot, bring the right foot over, and just kind of in front, if you're okay, how it feels in your left hip. And then go back and sit. Push, turn. So kind of trying to square your hips again to your mobility level. And then go out, down, up. Push through the foot. So, and we're gonna add, push, turn, reach. Out, down, push, turn, reach. Out, down, up, push, turn, reach. And we're gonna add on the next one. Is always that addition. We're gonna go all the way up, push, down, and again, all the way up, push, down. And one more, all the way, and up, and down. Come up, bring your hands, sit. Check in with your feet. Actively suction the feet into the floor. Come up a little and hold. And shift. So notice how the weight is shifting through the feet. So just stay within your zone of comfort, within your zone feeling good. And then sit again. Push the floor away. So you can bring the feet together, just give them a little bit of break. You can just bring them in and out, toes, heels, just like that. Or if you want to make it a little bit more, you can just gently sit down and jump. All right. So take a few breaths here. So feeling your inner thighs quite activated, feeling that energy that's coming up all the way from the feet into the legs. So when we connect the feet to the ground, there is always that rebound energy to lift up. And as we're practicing our squat, as you noticed, that was the squat, just a different form of it. We want to create and keep that sense of elevation. So through the kinetic chain of the foot to the hip. All right, again, you're gonna go jump or do your slower version. So we're gonna go a few more on the other side. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And hold. Actively press the legs out. Like imagine someone is resisting you in, or pushing you in, and you're resisting them out, right? Come up a little and hold. And all the way, push through the foot. Come, just notice how your right hip feels. And down, up, and down. So again, if you have that great foundation through your feet, as we're transitioning from side to side, you're feeling much more stable to keep your balance. And now we're going to be reaching and back, reach, down, up, reach, down, up, reach. And bring your arms into action, all the way, all the way, all the way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And hold. Of course, for extra challenge, you can bring your arms and shoulders into action. So pressing out with your elbows and reaching out with your elbows. So try not to to arch through your back. So when our arms are going back, let's say that your shoulder mobility is a little bit off today. So you don't want to create all of that from arching the back. So kind of like what I'm doing now. So you want to create the activation through your lower core to keep your lumbar pelvic control. And sit. And then up. Excellent. So bring your feet together. And you can see how you probably have some blood flow and circulation going. So that's the benefits of movement. So you may also experience a little bit of heart race because it was a little bit more active practice. So you don't have to, be crazy with your cardio work, but just working the strengthening component, working your big muscles, like today we're working on the hips, and connecting other parts of the body. So that just makes it a little bit more fun and interesting, I think. So you can definitely repeat this workout, or if you want to play with a little bit more variety, we're just going to do the same workout, but what's going to be different is that we're going to create a little bit of balance. And maybe it's going to be a little bit more natural for our body because we all have some little shifts and imbalances here and there. And it's also going to be new stimuli for the brain. So just having that situation that feels kind of off. But also you'll see how your glute muscles might be engaging a little bit more differently. So I would say a little bit, this version is going to be a little bit more advanced. All right, so I'm going to put the block, so just slightly turned out. And if your toes are off the block, that's okay, but see if you can have your heel on the block. Oh yeah, and we will add a newer element here, the element of balancing. So I'm gonna go wide feet, and just gonna go kind of quickly through here. So notice the difference on the side that's elevated. And then hold, and again, you're pressing the legs out. Make sure you're not shifting to this side to relieve some new sensations here. All right. Okay, we're going to be coming up. So you can definitely go to the same work as we did here. So you might feel quite a bit of stretch in your hamstring. Or if you want, if you feel you're pretty good with your balance, you're just going to lift. I'm going to be here. You're just going to lift this foot, stabilize through your outer hip of the standing leg, trying to keep the pelvis level. So you're not doing this, right? So you're actually pushing through your right heel as you're engaging through the right hip, keeping the pelvis level and having some work going on this side. And then from here, we're going to go back out, push through the foot, come up. Back out, push through the foot, come up. So I have a little balance challenge here too. There we go. And push. So it's just a little bit faster contraction of the hip that's required for this transition. And by the way, feeling off balance and kind of off, that's exactly what needs to happen. If I'm perfect here in this position, well, I'm just Miss Perfect. Then I don't need to do it. So I need to progress to something else, right? So, of course, if you want to explore a little bit more here, just giving you a little bit more option. So you can hinge at the hips and maybe reach towards your feet. So and again, you'll want to feel quite a bit of work on your right hip. Come back up, push out again, hold, and then release. All right, so I definitely feel quite a bit of burn on my right hip already. So we'll go to a left. Okay. So you see how the workout can be pretty much the same, but we can bring one prop, which is put one little twist on it, and the body feels differently. It activates muscles a little bit differently, plus it's quite a bit of stimuli for the brain as well. And of course the movement is connected to the brain quite a bit. So going to the left, gonna inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Push with the foot. So balancing work. And I always like to hold the balance a little bit, kind of take your little break here, and then transition, and then come back up, and transition. And of course, when we do one foot, one single leg work, that tripod foot now is your friend. Notice if you're experiencing a lot of kind of wobbliness through the ankle, and notice what part of the foot you're losing. So that will be the part of the foot you need to work on to create that stable foundation. So you can use that big motion of the arms and come back up. And notice how the arms create a little bit of challenge of transition. It's like another extra element, right? Oops. So stabilize, find that tripod foot, hinge at the hips, and see if you can reach towards the feet. Again, you want to feel quite a bit of work right now into your lateral hip muscles, outer hip muscles, and come back up. So switch all the way back, press, hold, and release. So, and that's the same sequence, or similar sequence. We made a few differences here with the block. Now I'm just gonna do a few things in this position again. So more like for your feet and ankles. So sit down, just to kind of your comfortable seat, not to kill you. Notice if again you're in a tripod foot position. And then from here, you can lift your heels up, down. You can definitely start with one at a time, or both. So of course with your arms you can do a lot of things. You can keep going with your arms, up and down. You can just hold them here and maybe hold your heels up as well. Keep reaching your elbows out. So if you feel quite a bit of arching or sensation in your lower back, try to bring your pubic bone up towards the navel, feeling your lower core muscles engaging. And then from here I'm gonna reach, heels up, 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 go lower, 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 and release. And jump to bring the feet together. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this workout. I definitely did. I often do enjoy my workouts. I find them creative, interesting, and hopefully I gave you enough explanations, but not to overwhelm you. And if you're confused about some